What are you peddling?
Huh?
What are you peddling?
Peddling? Books from India on yoga, meditation, soul.
Religious in nature?
Yes.
Ah.
I'll be honest.
What religion?
Krishna consciousness.
What is it?
Krishna consciousness?
So like these guys over here.
Those guys over there.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Not a fan?
A lot of mumbo jumbo. Nothing really makes sense. Why should I give a shit kind of thing. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, none of it made any sense. I'm a very practical person.
Ah.
So when you give me a bunch of bullshit that doesn't make any sense, I tend to not care.
What was said that didn't make sense?
Like any of it. Yeah.
Are you not a religious, spiritual person?
Say it again. No, I don't. I have no reason to believe in any god or anything like that. It makes no sense to me. Does the Krishna do that?
Huh?
Do you guys believe in some god thing or what?
Yeah, I believe in God. Yeah.
Okay, what is a god to you guys?
God is a person.
What?
God is a person.
Okay, so I could be a god,
No.
but God is a person.
Yeah, God is a person, but can you do godly things like?
Depends on what you define as godly things. I can do a lot of things.
Like,
I can have a couple of women tell you I do things that seem godly.
Well, for example, can you like lift a mountain up?
Kind of what?
Can you lift up a mountain?
If it's a little toy mountain, I can.
No, like a real mountain.
Okay, you think a god can do that?
Yeah, totally.
Why? How?
Because he's beyond
Beyond what?
human strength.
How do you know that?
Because he created the world.
How do you know that?
Well, no. We asked the first question.
Right. No, but how do you know? Right, but then you said he created the world. But I'm like, how do you even know that?
How do you know anything?
Well, if we don't know anything, then why should we believe that? If we don't know anything.
You believe in so many things.
In what?
You believe in so many things.
Sure, I believe in this awesome little wheel right here,
And how do you
and
know,
it exists, and it works.
And how do you know that wheel won't lead you to death? For example.
Won't lead me to death?
Yeah.
What
Like,
do you mean? I would lead myself to death.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, you can be riding.
Sure.
It can break.
Sure. But what does that have to do with like what a god is?
Well, that's the thing, is you put your faith in that little thing.
No, I have reason to believe it'll work. I don't have faith. I know it's here. I know how it works.
And so the same can be said as religious people.
But what is a god? What is that?
A God is an entity, is a consciousness, it's a person who, it's like that. For example, you believe in what you believe. Why? Why do you believe in what you believe?
Because things I believe in show to exist.
Okay,
Yeah.
It exists. Okay, that's what you're saying. It exists. So
Right.
you experience it, right?
They're what?
You experience it.
Most of them, sure.
Sure. Same thing with God.
Okay, but what is it? Like, I don't even know what a god is. Like, I have no idea. Like, I know what this is, wheel is. I don't know what a god is.
Well, that's what I'm saying is until you experience God, how can you say it doesn't exist?
Well, because I don't know what it is.
Right?
Right?
Because you haven't studied the things.
I haven't what?
You haven't studied
Studied what?
what God is. You made the
Well, I
science
have
of
to
God.
know what it is, right?
But how do you know anything?
Huh?
You have to study it.
Study what? What do I study?
Study the books.
What books?
Bhagavad Gita.
What? Okay, so how would I know what a god is if I read that?
Because it's spoken directly from God.
Okay, you've read that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then if I ask you what a god is, you should be able to tell me what it is without me having to read that, right?
Yeah, and I told you.
What?
He's a person.
But that means I could be a god.
Yeah, but it's a person, okay. A person who has all the 6 opulences.
All the what?
6 opulences.
6 what?
Opulences. Like, like, say, example, somebody might have money.
Okay.
He has unlimited money. Second one, beauty. You might have some beauty, but God has all beauty. 3, knowledge.
Okay, but what is it made of? Where does it live?
Oh, what is spiritual world?
What is the spiritual world?
It's made of consciousness, like me and you.
How do we know that there is a spiritual world? What does that mean?
I don't know. I feel like this is going nowhere.
Well,
Thank you. I appreciate your questions, but-
you have to understand that you're going to come upon people who don't believe in anything you say, right?
And then there's people who want to know, and there's people who just
Right.
want to argue. Sorry, but this feels like an argument.
But you're going to come across people who don't know, and you have to actually present what you believe to the person who doesn't know. So if someone say, here's the deal: whenever you say something exists, let me. whenever you say something exists, okay, you have a burden of proof of showing that that thing actually exists.
I agree.
So if you say, like, a unicorn exists, you need to tell us, well, why should we believe in unicorn? Where is unicorn, right?
Yeah,
But so I have to know what a God is. If you say a God exists and just say, well, study this book that was written.
Why do I have to tell you?
Because otherwise I have no reason to believe in it, and I shouldn't believe in it. Because no one should believe in anything unless they know it exists and they know what it is.
And the thing is, I don't have to tell you because
Well, then I don't have to know. Then I can keep going on without my belief, and that would be the reasonable. That would be the reasonable thing for me to do.
Yeah, until eventually my life might crush you, and then you'd be like, oh.
What might cross me? What?
Life might crush you.
Life might cross me? What does that mean?
Crush you. Like
cross
like
me? Suffering?
You know, there's a joke.
Okay.
There's no atheist in the foxhole.
There's plenty of atheists in foxholes. Plenty of it. In fact, you can Google it, and there's websites dedicated to show people that people have always been. There are some people who've always been atheists, even in foxholes.
I'm just joking. Dude.
All right.
Joke. My statement is, when it comes down to suffering and time, it's our decision to believe in God or not. So it's your decision.
Actually, belief in God is not a conscious decision. It's an unconscious decision based on how well educated you are. You can't decide to believe in God, just like I can't decide to believe in Tinkerbell or Peter Pan, right?
Well, I would say from my experience, I've experienced God, and many others have.
But you can't tell me what it is, so.
I don't have to tell you.
Well then you offer nothing for the non-believer, right?
Well, a non-believer must humble themselves to.
It's not about humbling themselves. It's about gaining information for someone that says something exists, right? I have to gain information. Like if you came here and told me that there's, Tinkerbell somewhere around here, I would want to know where it is. How do you know it's Tinkerbell? I'd be trying to gain information about it. I wouldn't be, trying to read some book that doesn't really tell me where it is or what. Right?
As you wish. Thank you.
Well, it makes sense, right? I mean, no?
Sure. I mean, it can.
So do these people over here, they have the same beliefs as you, these Harry Christians? They believe in a God and stuff too? Yeah. Yeah, I've had conversation with them before and it never really made any sense. It's like a more obfuscated way of religion other than Christianity. It's like more nonsensical, I think. Well, I guess they're both pretty nonsensical.
As you wish.
Because I care about the truth, right?
You care about the truth, then you humble yourself to read the book.
What does it mean by humble yourself? What does that mean?
Because humble to say I actually don't know everything.
Right. Well, I know that. I mean, that's my go-to answer. I don't know how everything came to be.
Wonderful. So you can read the book.
Well, you've read it though.
Yeah, but I'm not completely self-realized.
You're not what?
I'm not completely self-realized.
Completely self-realizing, but you believe in a God, right?
Yep, I do.
So then you should be able to tell me what it is.
But I've told you, but you don't listen. So
I don't listen.
It's hard for me to communicate with you because
maybe because I'm asking for scientific evidence.
Well, you're asking me, and science can't prove to God to exist, can it?
If that were true, someone would have submitted a paper and won a prize.
Right, yeah, because material science can't. You can't. So I'm not going to argue with you there. Material science will never prove that.
Then, if science can't show it, then we should not believe in it.
It
would be gullible, wouldn't it?
But isn't there many things that science can't prove that you still believe in?
Nope. There's not a damn thing that I believe in. And I could be wrong, but whenever I come across something that I believe in that's not true and someone points it out, guess what? I stop believing in it. Because the word science means to know. It's about our knowledge. That's why the scientific method works, right? So that's what we use. We can't just give it up just because someone says, "Hey, let's explore our feelings."
What's the scientific method? Is you apply yourself, right? You have a hypothesis, then you use that hypothesis, you do scientific method, and you get a conclusion.
Right.
So the method for understanding God,
yes,
is to read and
read what?
According to the ancient traditions, to chant, and then you experience God. But until you apply yourself to the method, you will not know. So it's difficult to say that the process is not right.
But do you see what you're doing differently than science? Religion makes a conclusion, God exists, and then you say, go find the evidence. Where science starts with the evidence and then makes conclusions. So religion does things ass backwards.
Not necessarily. You have the hypothesis that God exists. Okay.
You shouldn't come to that conclusion until you have evidence for it.
Well, then you can say, well, maybe God doesn't exist.
There you go. That's the best way to go about it.
And then what happens is you apply the process.
What process? What process?
Bhakti yoga.
The what?
Bhakti yoga. Yoga of chanting, devotion.
Chanting?
Yeah.
Oh, that explains. I had some neighbors a long time ago who would sit in their apartment and just chant for like an hour or so. Is that the Harry Christna stuff going on?
Could be Catholic, could be Christian.
Yeah, I think it was something pretty whack. Yeah.
But hey, you say it doesn't exist. Well, you haven't tried, so how would you know?
Well, it's not about trying anything. It's about gaining information. I shouldn't have to try anything. I should be able to gain information about what it is and how we know it exists.
Well, it's beyond your senses.
If it's beyond my senses, then why should I care about it?
Because some things you can experience that are beyond your senses.
Now, how can I experience something without using a sense?
Because that's the power of religion.
Now, I think it just sounds like gullibility and ignorance to me.
Well, that's your choice, you know?
Well, that's actually logic. Well, you can disagree, but it's still logic.
Okay.
Right?
Well, then there's so many, billions of people, whether Islam, Christian, many of them have had experiences of God.
A lot of people can say they've experienced this. Doesn't mean that what they experience is realistic.
So
it's an interpretation.
So like billions and trillions of people a day, none of their experiences are...
Anyone who believes in a God is a bit gullible and ignorant. That's something that I can know for sure. Not in all facets of their life, but in that one facet of their life, for sure. That's why it's good to educate and learn how to use logic and reasoning correctly, so that kind of ignorance and gullibility doesn't roll over to other areas of your life.
Okay, well, I think we had a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I appreciate your viewpoints, and I hope they make you happy. That's all.
Well, other things make me happy. Knowing the truth makes me happy.
Wonderful, and I hope that truth makes you happy.
It does. Do you know what truth is? You know what truth is?
Always true.
The truth is a degree to which a statement corresponds with reality. That's what truth is.
Go reality. Thank you.
Right. Do you know what reality is?
Yeah, living right now.
No. Reality is that which can be directly perceived or indirectly ascertained via the proper use of reason.
Yeah,
That's reality.
and through your senses. No, not through these senses, through these spiritual senses. But I don't think this conversation is going anywhere.
Yeah, you've got gullible students to get a hold of, don't you?
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. There's a reason why I don't like to talk to those Hare Krishnas who are full of shit. I mean, everyone's full of shit, but them especially. Ugh.
I had some like
Smell like balloons.
so we're gonna see it.
Also, the whole thing.
Today's Gator Day, so they have activities out there. There's so much pussy out here.